I think Spurs could win the league in the next 5 years.
Hello and welcome to Dream Team Coach TV with Betway. I'm Andrew Butler. Sean Burke is away this week on a late winter break. So joining me is Dream Team Coach Nick Elliott, Andy Taylor, also here, and making his debut appearance, the Chelmsford Chicharito, producer Graz. Welcome.
What an intro. Yeah, can't argue with that. I mean, I've got about the same height, so I think that's good.
Yeah.
So what's it like being in front of?
Very weird, actually, but it's just really reassuring to know that if I make an absolute hash of it, I can just get Josh to edit everything out. So I can.
Yeah. So we might not actually see you in this edit.
I'm not going to be in it. This is the only bit of the show that I'm going to be in. Yeah.
The mystery word game is still going, so if you don't want to know what it is and play along, look away now.
It's weird being this side. I've never seen it from that side before.
Yeah,
it's reversed.
Yeah.
It's hard to read it, that's why we never get it.
Sorry, we never get it,
It seems the winter break also applied to terrible VAR decisions as they were back with a vengeance last weekend. Bournemouth handball, De Bruyne handball, Giovanni Lo Celso leaving Cesar Azpilicueta's leg looking like it had been given a scene to by an industrial-sized hole punch. Lads, what are they smoking over there in Stockley Park?
Quite some accusation, that.
Whatever they're smoking, I definitely want some of it. I'd happily have a bit of that.
They could just be smoking cigarettes.
Could just be, absolutely, yeah.
But so much of them, like a
see.
sorry amount, so you can't see the screens. The Lo Celso one is actually mental.
It was the worst one.
You know when you get those moments where it's like, did that actually happen? And usually it's not like a little moment of commentary, but it was like 75 minutes when they've gone, we just heard from Stockley Park that they've made a mistake. That's one of those moments where it's like someone does a horrific own goal. I was like, what? Couldn't believe that actually happened. Although they actually admitted it, because when something happens and you kind of like...
They normally try to smooth it over, right?
Yeah, I just thought it was complete. I thought it was definitely a red card, but because they hadn't given it, you start to think what they're going to say, he was trying to play the ball and it looked worse in slow motion. You almost start to convince yourself, and then suddenly it was just, no, we got it horribly wrong. Actually, you're right, you did. I think about it.
That was what they were saying at the time. They were trying to sort of, I think it's Peter Walton on the BT commentary, agreed with the on-field decision, agreed with the VAR.
He always
at the time.
does though.
Always agrees with it.
Always does. Him and Dermot Gallagher.
But then, so you do, like you say, start to convince yourself. I mean, as a Spurs fan, I didn't want it to be a red card because I wanted him to be on the pitch. But you watch that replay and you're like, I mean, he has nearly broken his shin there. What's going on?
You start to worry what VAR would look at other historic decisions like. We're just having another look at Roy Keane on Alfie Haaland. Doesn't look that bad. Looks much worse in real, slow motion.
He had nowhere else to put his leg.
Exactly. Just in Zidane on Materazzi. Bit of handbags, nothing. Bit of handbags. That's fine. Let it go.
You can't legislate for it, can you? It's that bad. And I did like Mourinho coming out and saying that he couldn't see it.
It's
true. You've seen the screen grab of him, literally, he's the closest person in the ground to it.
He was the only person who had a better view than the VAR replay.
I think he gets the ball afterwards. I think as Azpilicueta goes through, he's kicking the ball. He's so close.
He was so close, his shin was hurting as well.
That's the big thing now of you see Dermot Gallagher on Sky and you see Peter Walton on BT, and they never ever go against the decision. To the point where it makes them look like absolute idiots.
Yeah.
Like there'll be one weekend where there's 8 decisions go badly for VAR, 1 goes right. They'll just talk about the 1. If they get everything right, which has never happened, but if it's been a positive weekend for VAR, it's like, wow, this is why it's there. This proofs in the pudding.
It's working,
Then you have a weekend like we've had where it's nothing's gone right. It's an embarrassment, shambles. They basically come out and go, well, look, we need these weekends to, just keep implementing. It's still a work in progress. There's never once an acceptance of we are just horrendous at what we're doing here. We're ruining the game. We're turning people away from the game with these bad decisions.
Right, well, we could talk about VAR until the cows come home, but let's move on. Man United beat Watford 3-0 at Old Trafford last weekend, a match in which several players impressed, including new arrival Bruno Fernandes, who Peter Crouch described as United fans' new hero. So let's all hop aboard the hype train, folks. Next stop, Andy's Meltdown. How you doing, Andy?
Well,
I thought you loved Portuguese players.
Where's this come from, though? My criticism was of the first game where he played against Wolves, and I mean, he was given man of the match. Social media gave him
because it was
man of
against
the match.
Wolves as well, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
not that. I mean, Neves was better than him, and there's no doubt in that.
He went on the record with that.
But no, it was just more. It was just more like, let's just steady on. It's his first game. He played okay, but he wasn't amazing. And literally, I'm seeing headlines about how brilliant he was. Mm-hmm. But then he's kept that up, and again against Watford, he was really good. No denying that.
He was good.
He was really good. So I'm on record saying he's very good, but
yeah.
I'm also going to go on record and say it was 19th place Watford.
Yeah.
So I mean, if games against 19th place teams are your kind of like marker for whether he's going to be an absolute legend or not, then he's passed that test. But realistically, as we all know in the Premier League, there are a lot of players where these games they turn up for. The home games against teams where they're bottom of the table and it's just easier.
Sounds like you found your new Ozil. That's what it sounds like.
Not at all. Because I'm not going to slag him off because he's done well against what he's been put up against. So I can't predict whether he's going to do it in the big games. But what I am saying is that fans can't say. I mean, I've seen people say he's the best signing in the Premier League and he's only played 3 games. And I'm like, well, but you can't make that statement.
No.
Like for me at the moment, how can you say he's been better than Tielemans at Leicester as an example? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because I know what you're saying. You're saying nothing against him. It's just the hype around him, isn't it, that you've got an issue
you
with.
cannot compare him to Juan Sebastian Veron after 3 games.
Yeah.
That is just an absolute it's a joke.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, isn't it? Because Solskjaer doesn't help.
Slightly strange comparison to Veron.
Scholes and Veron, he said.
Yeah, he said Scholes Veron hybrid. And obviously, like Solskjaer's a heritage manager, right? He plays up to the idea. We're Man United.
Yeah.
We remember when I helped us win the treble. It's like that's part of his thing, and that can. I think with a team like United going through a hard time, the fans can enjoy that. But this is the wrong side of it, where he sort of feeds that by going, this new guy's played 3 games is exactly like insert club legend or famous players that have played for us. Yeah. And that's a bit like, that's where you need to steady on, because we've seen it with United new signings for the last 3 or 4. You know, they start well, they get hyped up so much, like, oh, this is it, this is the guy who's going to save us. And then it's like, well, hang on, there's a long way to go yet.
Lovely stuff. It's the dankest part of the week. The lads submit a football meme to the Dream Team Instagram page, and you lot at home vote for your favourite. So producer Josh, bring on the memes.
It's weird for me to...
Producer Graz sitting there fuming. There's another producer in there.
So look,
right, okay.
I've gone down a club here, and I've tried to be fair and give other clubs a shout. But
after Nick's
as
constant...
as we all know, clubs that are outside the top 6 are just difficult to...
Well, this one was a bit like, I thought it was like caught between having a dig at West Ham and praising them, because on one hand it's like, okay, you guys are rubbish, you're going to get relegated, a dig. On the other hand it's like, you've got such good support that if you get relegated, people are still going to be flocking in.
Yeah, but if you took those fans, how many... That wouldn't feel... Barely any of them.
It's
like 2,000 fans. I mean, I'm not saying that at all.
Well, how many?
But I know what you're saying. But like,
it's a lot of people. It's not like if the joke was no one's going to go see them, it'd be like 5 people.
No, it was more just to be like they're queuing for their championship season ticket.
Yeah, I don't know. Bit confused for me, that one.
Not sure.
Let's move on. And the next one.
So this is me. I think I've overdone it a little bit. I think I've done a bit.
Whoa!
It will come back.
Okay. VAR deciding 20
So
minutes later it was right.
Basically, the vibe is something is already a bit of a fire, something's already gone insane, and then they go and just make it even worse. So that was kind of the idea I was going with.
That's fair enough. Let's go to the third one, which would be Nick's.
Yeah.
This is me, but I mean, I wasn't in, so I didn't actually do it.
Oh, right.
So actually,
but do you know what? I had a great amount.
It's
you again.
Yeah. So
I had a lot of fun looking at all the memes, deciding which one was supposed to be mine. I genuinely couldn't tell. I thought mine was the West Ham one, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right, well, we've got the results for the memes. And in third place is Nick.
I deserve it.
I mean, I deserve it.
But also Graz, because you made it.
No, but that's fair.
But
I noticed you you did 2 and you gave me the worst one and you were better.
Right, no, I didn't see the worst one. I didn't.
No, it's fair. I didn't do it, so I deserve to come third.
Yeah,
that's fine.
In second place is Andy.
Oh.
So in first place is producer Graz.
Check out one game, one win, Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
100%.
Bruno Fernandez of memes over there.
Yeah, they are going to be writing
articles
about this. Believe the hype. Yeah.
No, fair play.
Nicely done, Graz. There are some cracking fixtures lined up this weekend with Everton and Man United in the battle for 5th place, which of course could mean the Champions League spot still. We'll wait and see. The League Cup final is also on this Sunday, and Spurs versus Wolves, a Dream Team coach derby that is as well. Graz, how are you feeling about Spurs' chances, despite the fact that you've got fewer strikers than a non-unionised workforce?
We've been awful. We've been absolutely awful. I don't feel too confident about this weekend in terms of a win, but there's a potential to frustrate you a little bit. I mean, I think we said it in Bet's Club. Nick said it about not being able to break down teams that are set up against you with a lot of people behind it.
Very true, yeah.
And that is all we can do at the moment, because I am buying into the narrative of, like, you know, the siege mentality of, look, there's nothing we can do. This is all it is. This is all we've got. Like, because
can you believe this? You were Champions League finalists last year, and now you're setting up to get a point against Wolves.
who could be Champions League finalists next year? You never know.
Yeah, maybe.
Your trajectory, I don't know, but like, my gut is telling me that we're going to lose, because you have had a fantastic week prior to this. We've had a pretty awful week. But I just.
Would you agree? So I was looking at our side compared to your side. I'd say probably most of our team would get into your team and also then be your best player. So like, taking Kane and Son aside, because they're injured, but obviously they are.
You've already put this conversation to me.
They are a cut above.
Right.
But Jota would walk into that dressing room and be your best player. Jimenez would walk into that dressing room and be your best player. Traore would walk into that dressing room and be your best player. Neves would. Martino definitely would.
If you could just have a word with them, that would be great. Like,
Patricio, he would. I mean, basically, like,
Doherty.
Doherty. I don't know if he'd be the best player.
But he'd get in.
You'd obviously get in.
Yeah. I think this generation of being Spurs fans over. Personally.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think
die.
if you haven't won the league
Right.
in the glory days of Poch in his prime,
Right.
Kane scoring 30-odd goals, then when are you going to win it? Because the Premier League was definitely weaker. Now we're going to be moving into a Liverpool era. There's just no doubt about it. At least the next couple of seasons, Spurs have got absolutely no chance, I don't think, of getting anywhere near it. Say 5 years, can Spurs win the league?
Right. I don't know how to predict that, right? Because I don't know what's going to happen next season.
I don't want you to sit on the
after
fence.
that. I mean, what else
win
can
the
I
league?
do? Because
do you think you could, personally, in the next 5 years? Do you think you could?
If I don't think that, then
So
what
you
is
think
the point
you
of
think you could
supporting?
win the league in the next 5 years?
And I'll be.
Can you say the words? I think Spurs could win the league in the
Right,
next
do you want
5
to look down the
years.
barrel of the lens?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
do
okay,
it.
right. I think Spurs could win the league in the next 5 years. That's absolutely the same thing that you're
Ladies
asking.
and gentlemen, we've got a Spurs fan on
It's
the
the
show.
same thing you're asking. It's the same thing you're asking me.
They are
right,
just
because we could. I don't know if we will.
This is
because
where
there's no way to
alone.
predict it.
Spurs fans saying they're going to win the
There's
league.
no way to predict it. There's been such a if I ask you,
the title of the episode, a Spurs fan thinks they're going to win the league.
could.
This is
the
this is the kind of focus you've got in modern fans, where if you can't not going to win the Premier League, what's
You
the
want
point?
to win stuff.
What's the
don't
point
you?
of supporting your club?
But
Of
you want
belonging
to-
to something, of going to see players you like and seeing progress.
But you want to win stuff,
point?
don't you? At the
Having
same
some nice
time,
days
Why don't we just
right.
deactivate every club that isn't the top six?
That's the mentality of a top six. It's toxic.
The last
It
5 or
is.
6
If
years,
they're not winning
right?
the league,
We've
they don't
had
care.
the last 5 or 6 years. We've had, I think, the best team that we've had in our lifetime.
And what have you won?
Right, exactly.
And you've done nothing.
Right. And
You've
what have I
done
won?
nothing.
So that's the same mentality. I've been told, right, that I can't enjoy football unless we've won something. And so now I'm saying, yeah, fine, I want to win something. You're like, you little. There's been such a everyone just gets so excited, overexcited, such a ridiculous.
No, you were allowed to enjoy the Poch years. That's fine.
But we weren't, because we
You
were
were.
told that it didn't matter anything
You
because we
were.
bottled everything. There was such
you
a
did that.
brouhaha about every moment
It was quite funny.
that we had I don't know, every moment that we had.
It's not mutually.
A good moment.
It's not exclusive. Where you're not allowed to. You either not enjoy that. Do you know what I mean? You're allowed to enjoy that.
You did say you were going to go for me. You did say you were going to go for me and make me trigger.
I'm just saying. Let's be realistic.
In honour of the League Cup final this coming Sunday, the lads have prepared some relevant statistics to test my football knowledge with. 2 are true, 1 is false. So take it away, guys. Graham, let's go for you.
Yeah, okay. Nobody has played in more League Cup finals than Emil Heskey.
Nice.
Between Wolves and Leeds, we've won 3 League Cups. But Didier Drogba has scored the same amount of goals in League Cup finals as those 2 clubs combined.
Okay.
Aston Villa have won the same amount of League Cups as Arsenal and Spurs combined.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for Nick's to be false. And
I'm gonna go with
Raz
true.
and Andy's to be true.
Well, mine is true.
Oh, really? How many goals?
4 goals
Fair play.
in League Cup finals for Drogba, spread over 3 different finals, whereas Leeds and Wolves, when they won, managed to do it by scoring not many goals.
Great.
Yeah.
So what's ours then?
I think yours is true, Andy. I think it's Villa. Yeah.
It's false.
Oh, it's a Schulberg special.
Absolutely done.
Sorry, guys. My League Cup final knowledge isn't that great.
Although Andy's will be true if Villa happen to beat City.
Yes.
I mean, they probably
do
not.
Probably
League Cup
won't,
final.
but
Yeah. Arsenal have only so Spurs won 4 and Arsenal have only won 2. Low, isn't it?
Very interesting.
But Villa have won 5, which is pretty good going.
Yeah.
really good going.
Yeah, Emil Heskey. Three for Leicester in like the late 90s, which Leicester just absolutely
Power through,
just doing
Really
so
good.
well.
Yeah.
And then two for Liverpool and 1 for Villa.
There we go.
That's
good.
outrageous.
Fantastic
Yeah,
that,
play.
really, that, yeah.
Nice one, Emil. I
Yeah.
saw him in this building just the other day.
You say, I loved when you kept getting to the League Cup final in the late 90s at
If
Leicester.
only you'd known then, if only you'd said something. Yeah.
A Dream Team will actually be at the League Cup final on Sunday, so keep an eye out on our Instagram channel for that. Right, let's move on. It's time to look at your Dream Team Weekender teams for this weekend, lads. So that's a goalkeeper, 2 defenders, 2 midfielders and 2 strikers from this weekend's game. So let's take it away, producer Josh. Right.
Oh, me first.
Wow, you've gone a Wolves player against your own team.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that shows the lack of confidence.
debated over this for quite some time.
You never
and
guessed
I-
that
and
4-0 scored on
and I
Monday.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, that is largely why. 'Cause I need a relegation player, and I was like, oh, he scored a goal, he'll chip in maybe.
Yeah.
I can't have him in defence.
Fernandez bandwagon.
I've got on it. Like, I mean, to a certain extent, like, I don't think he'll have the same sort of game, but he's points. Van Dijk explains himself.
Yeah.
I
Docket.
didn't realise you could do City players either.
Oh, did I mess up?
You can, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
One
No,
for
no,
me.
you can do
Oh,
it.
dear. Yeah.
Oh,
That
you've
is
missed
lucky
out
for
on
me.
a tap in there, have you?
Wear a hat trick.
Speaking of tap-ins, Jesus, Andings, again, very self-explanatory. And Doherty, yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to pick a Spurs defender because if anyone's going to score goals, probably is your lot.
Yeah. Brilliant. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Andy.
All right,
Ooh, go on, Brighton.
I fancy us against
Yeah.
Spurs. I mean, it's pure and simple.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
it. I like
We're
it.
playing 2 up top against a pretty poor Spurs side. I think it writes itself.
Yeah.
Mane's kind of like my cover there because they're playing
Watford.
Watford.
Yeah, he's
I
coming
mean,
back in.
Didn't look very good, did they?
No.
the weekend? Duncan Duffy, the famous duo. I think you famously said they were like a little
Detective agent.
Yeah.
Duncan Duffy on the case.
Brilliant. And finally, Nick.
It's a triple
Yeah.
for Pope.
Bit of a crossover, yeah. It's like saying echo the views of the lads with Burnley at the back. They're playing Newcastle. Newcastle's attack is like, how could it? It's so ineffective and
Yeah.
yet entertaining.
Yeah.
It's like St Maximin averages like
Love
10
watching him
dribbles
play.
a game.
Yeah.
And Almiron's fun, but they just don't actually score goals.
It's brilliant. Lovely stuff, lads. Don't forget to submit your own Weekender team. So download the Dream Team app, submit your 7 players, and you could earn real money. Just make sure you do it before the weekend's fixtures. Right, let's have a look at your Weekender results for last weekend. Be a tight one, I have a feeling.
Oh, 18.
So this is Adam's team.
That's Adam's.
Adam.
Still going on
Jack's.
Jack's.
That is
on
still
Jack's
going
toes.
on
Jack's.
It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
It doesn't look great for Jack.
So-
No, but we've had some
18
low
points.
scores on these recently.
So,
Oh, there we go.
fair
go.
play.
Hey, look at that. I mean, what's that? Is that
terrific.
45, that's big.
That is
3 goal
big.
Is
scorers?
that the biggest
Look,
score?
look at that with a midfield of -1 as well.
Yeah, the fact
Yeah.
that Grealish is
How
a
does
player
Van
letting
Arnold
these
not
out.
got a star man, by the way?
That is-
Goal
is
and
that
clean
not a star
sheet.
man?
No, he isn't, because that's just a goal and clean sheet. I think
yeah.
Andre Ayew got man of the match.
Probably.
Ju-
I mean, don't know how that works.
Nick.
Yes. Bruno
that's
Fernandez.
good stuff.
Bruno Fernandez.
Yeah, I did say in the Dream Team coach newsletter that Fernandez was definitely going to score his first United goal. And there you go.
So
Jack's
Jack's going to be watching somewhere in New Zealand, not
Not
happy
going
with
well
what
for
he's
him, has
seen
he?
here.
I think he's
I do feel a bit sorry for Jack because he ran away. He's ran away and gone, I'll try and leave it to people who know a little bit more about football. Try and get a couple of wins under my belt. But he
did get one. He did get one,
Yeah,
didn't he?
I lost
Yeah,
one
but
last week, but
it's not
it's still
fully-
not gone that well.
When is it mathematically definitely Jack?
We do need to
Oh,
work
yeah,
that out.
that's
at some
true.
point,
Who's
yeah.
going to mathematically secure it first, Liverpool or Jack?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the same week, that'd be perfect.
That would be amazing. He's so happy that Liverpool won.
He's like,
the league.
yes,
Oh,
yes!
no.
They're joining on the open top. He's a Liverpool fan as well.
Yeah.
Our new forfeit system obviously means that each Weekender loss will be added to the overall tally. So Jack has another strike next to his name.
I think I've got 5-1-1, I
I
think.
think it might be.
Yeah, it might be
maybe
even more than
maybe
that.
Whoever,
6 now. I'm not
whoever
sure.
has the most at the season's end does the forfeit, and it probably will be Jack. I just hope he's not allergic to bullets. Anyway, let's move on. Finally, the mystery word.
Oh, hang on. Can we have a retrospective call here?
On what have you?
What, are
spotted?
you like the PGMO?
Well, no, I'm just trying to think of this.
Yeah,
anything
An
VAR.
next to
hour
the-
after
What's Nick just
VAR.
slipped
What
in
is-
there? What was his
Well,
team?
no, for a start, I haven't got it. I reckon Graz's got it because he's the first. Sean would give it to Graz. His only time on the show, he's going to give it to Graz.
Well, the word has been said.
What would he have slipped in?
And it was during that little to-do
Little
that you had with
tete-a-tete, yeah.
Andy.
Come on, Andy. What did he say?
Well, he said he was a little.
I didn't say I was in it.
There was a lot of words that were
There were
going
a lot
on.
of words. I'll
You didn't
admit
slip
that.
it in while Andy was also talking, did you? Because that.
There was a lot of shouting.
There was a lot of
over each
shouting,
other.
to be fair, so it might have been during that. But I don't.
See, well, I mean, we need to watch this back because if VAR might have a look at this and go, you can't just say it.
Ruled
all
it
Yeah,
out.
but
Granted.
ultimately VAR is probably me and Josh. So do you want to
Graz,
reveal
you're
what it
not- you're not
was?
confident
Yeah.
in
Reveal
it.
what it was.
I definitely said it.
Go on.
Well, I
then.
don't care. I mean, I could have said it under my breath as well.
You don't care.
Really?
Okay, so you care.
The word was
Brouhaha.
brouhaha.
Brouhaha. I'm going to need to have a look at that.
Yeah,
I mean, we can
we
watch
do
it
need
back.
to- we do need to have a look at
see
it.
that. I mean, what?
It didn't matter anything because we
were.
bottled everything. There was such
you
a
did that. I
brouhaha
mean,
about every
It
moment
was
that.
quite funny. So there you go. It did actually get said.
Still not sure about it.
I'm not sure.
I mean, look, you have to say
What
the
even
mystery
is that as a
word.
word?
You have to. I don't know.
Ridiculous.
I had to Google it, and it was like
It's sort of like a kerfuffle, like a.
that's a better word. I could have said kerfuffle, but no, I did get it in.
Right, well, that's all from us, folks. Thanks for joining us on Dream Team Coach TV with Betway. We'll see you again next week.
I'll get to do a wave, and away fans as well. I haven't seen
We
those in a
haven't cut
while.
them for a while, actually. Attendance has been down.